your
Who
quad
can
limb
tell me?
centric norms.
Who can tell me what happened last session then?
Fucking Spaceballs.
I've no idea.
We fought stupid rotten liar Joe. I forgot the full
Filthy, dirty,
epithet.
rotten liar Joe. Yeah.
Dirty rotten liar Joe.
Mm-hmm.
It was Spaceballs. We got transported to a place we didn't know in space and had a big challenge, and then we won and we left.
And Cole got a new hat.
Paul did get a new hat.
When are we
yes,
meeting
so
Cotton Eye Joe?
when are you
I
meeting
think
Cotton Eye Joe? Who
we
knows?
ruined all of Dom's plans. That's what happened last
You
time.
you did ruin all of my plans. Yes, that is true.
I'm almost impressed that we consistently manage to, like, even when you know that we're very good at it, you still struggle to create circumstances in which we'll follow the route.
I know. It's why I think I'm going to adopt a new policy, and I'm just going to repeatedly try and drown your characters in a puddle. And that way, if you screw everything up, you just get drowned in a puddle. Like, that's still a win for me.
How'd you drown a frog?
Oh, I'm going to find a way, boy. Right then. So, yes, indeed. You encountered Filthy, Dirty, Rotten Liar Joe. He transported you to a pocket dimension where you fought him and his musical instruments. You proceeded just to smash up his musical instruments instead of using them against him, infuriating some kind of weird godlike being on another plane of existence. But you did indeed defeat him, and upon defeating him, you were returned to where you were before. You have noticed, however, that Salad Cream appears to have had a bit of a growth spurt. You'll notice his character sheet has been updated a bit.
Yeah.
He has gained some more hit points. He's gained some more speed. His bite does more damage, and he has gained a new ability, which I will paste in the chat for you now. Those of you who, upon return, you kind of see Salad Cream happily lolling around on his back, belly up, toes wiggling, having a great time. But when he rolls back onto his front and holds still for a moment, you blink and look back. And honestly, if you didn't know where he was, you wouldn't be able to find him. He has gained the Basilisk ability of being an adaptable predator, which enables them to hunt in a variety of different environments. And essentially it means if he's stationary, he's a really good ambush predator.
Nice.
So yes, he is now probably, in terms of Basilisk aging, does anybody here want to roll me nature to see if they can gauge
Yes.
Always
what
willing to
kind of
try.
Basilisk he is now? Yes.
Oh well.
He's Basilisk.
I think that's something.
Yeah,
I'm
so
good at.
Ragnir, he's probably a Basilisk. Cole, probably a Basilisk. Salem, actually, you know what, with a 12, he's definitely not fully grown yet. He's
Nice.
not even close to fully grown. Gene, you think he might be some kind of crocodile. This is probably
That's one weird
kind
looking
of
cat.
Nugget, I think there's something wrong with your dog. Yeah, he's definitely not fully grown. He's not really even close. Probably what you're looking at now, the ability to hide that he's gained, that's something that very young basilisks would have to kind of enable them to hide from predators. But given his size, that's something he can use to ambush people. Oh, right. Excellent. So you have gathered your supplies back up again. You all leveled up, so you're all feeling pretty good.
Oh yeah.
And you can continue your journey further south. Now, as you're setting off, is there anything anybody wants to do before we set off?
Can we rest? We rested.
Oh yeah, have you not had a? Yeah, you should have had a long rest.
Ooh.
Doesn't the character sheet, if you use a character mancer, like automatically rest you when you level up?
There should be that like long rest button as well. Just everybody make sure you're all topped off. All feeling nice and healthy.
While we're doing that, I'm gonna grab another beer.
Excellent.
I'm topped up. Didn't we level up last?
You did level up last time, so that's fine. You
We
should
are
be.
now
You should be
level
okay. 11.
I am the correct level.
You are the correct level. I'm very proud of you, Andy.
Oh, thanks, Tom.
I have a new spell.
Indeed. What spell have you gained, and how do I need to account for it?
Soul Catcher.
Oh fuck. Okay. Right. What is it? How does this work? You snatch the soul of a human. Oh Jesus Christ. Okay.
Tom, if Blakey from On the Buses had one spell, what spell would he have?
If Blakey was on the bus, I'd use a spell to catch Blakey from On the Bus's soul.
Well, you'll have to keep an eye out for Blakey from On the Buses. If you want to gain his soul, you'll have to defeat him.
Can we go to Luton Bus Depot, please, Tom?
Tell you what, we'll add it onto our list of planned stops.
Okay.
Yeah. Just gotta swing by somebody's house first, sort out a quick thing, then we'll all be good.
Salem
All right.
could use borrow experience to drive a bus from On the Buses.
Honestly, I like the idea of like a box full of cats managing to drive a bus. You know, like one's on the pedals, one on each side of the wheel, one just sat looking to see where you're going. Honestly, I'd be into that.
Yeah. Opens up a realm of possibilities.
A realm of cat-based, bus-based adventuring.
Yes. That's my favourite kind of adventuring.
I
Cat
long
bus
suspected.
based.
Cat bus sounds like some kind of IT beforehand.
Oh god, yeah. The cat bus is overreacting. Yeah. All right then. So, having rested up, readied yourselves, you continue heading south. As I mentioned, almost immediately upon the death of Peace Boom, that the kind of greenery in this area was receding, and you were back into kind of a desert environment. I don't think I have some handy art for deserts, but yeah, I'm gonna throw you back on this one. As you're kind of trekking through the desert, can one of you make a perception check, please? Who is kind of at the front and keeping an eye out?
I do it.
Okay, Ragnar, excellent. Oh, with a 10. All right then. Ragnar, as you're kind of trekking along, I mean, most of this terrain is very samey. It's very dry, and kind of all of a sudden you feel something land on your arm, and you swat it without even thinking. And then you kind of stop and look at it and realize that was a mosquito. Hang on a second. Why are there mosquitoes here? And kind of you glance around, you kind of take a deep sniff, and you smell that horrible smell of old stagnant water. And you realize you are coming up close on
To
the
home?
marsh. To home,
Oh.
yes, that too. But on a marsh. You can definitely start to kind of smell that horrible smell. And searching around for any kind of sign of the entrance point, you see kind of behind a hill, there definitely looks to be a point where kind of all the earth is heading down. There's a downward slope. That seems to be that looks like the right kind of way to go. So as you guys start heading kind of generally in that direction, before you arrive on the swamp, does anybody here want to make me an insight check?
Yeah, why not?
Go for it.
No.
Hello, baby. Excellent. All right, a 16, Gene. So with a 16, you're kind of as the group is advancing towards the swamp, you start kind of musing out loud that this is a very arid area. So this swamp is probably just a large receptacle of almost all the rain that ever happens here. It's probably kind of essentially just acting as a large basin of the nearby water here. If it's all very stagnant, that would explain the smell, but that also means there could be any manner of kind of creatures living in that area. So you can be on your guard.
No.
Likely.
Hope there's no ogres.
Would you like to look for the signs of ogres?
Yes.
Okay then. What would
And
be
donkeys.
can you roll me survival, please?
Yes.
You'll keep an eye out for ogres and donkeys. At this point, you can't really see anything. You do see some tracks, but you can't work out what they are really. Unfortunately, no. If only you'd had
Can we
advantage.
follow the tracks?
You can start to follow the tracks if you want. Yeah, they certainly seem to be heading into the swamp.
Let's follow the tracks. Maybe it is an ogre.
Ooga.
Okay. As you start following the tracks and heading into the swamp, once you've kind of rounded the hill and you've got a clearer view of it, you can suddenly see it. It is an explosion of greenery in front of you. All of a sudden, it is just absolutely full of thickets, brambles, short, stubby trees, large, ungodly amount of greenery suddenly in this basin in front of you. You can see there's kind of a low-level mist over the whole thing. Can any of you roll me Arcana, please?
Yes.
Yeah, why not?
Go for it.
I
All
can,
right,
I can
let's
roll
see.
it.
Please do. Okay, Salem and unfortunately not Ragnir nor Jean. Okay, so Salem. I suppose Ragnir, you kind of immediately you can tell there is magic in the area. Thanks to your wild magic ways, you can you feel it, gets your fur on edge. But you're not entirely certain what you're dealing with. Salem, you, however, can tell that mist is definitely magical. And it looks like it's being maintained as some kind of protective means.
It's because ogres don't want people in their swamps.
It may
I
well
bet.
be.
I bet that's why.
I couldn't possibly comment.
Are we looking for some witch or something?
Yes, can anybody refresh Salem on why you're here?
Mm-hmm.
Notes.
Yeah, Tabitha.
Sacred text.
Tabitha.
Nocrim
yes.
advises us to find a swamp witch named Tabitha.
That
who
is
can
correct.
reverse the spell that is tracking us, basically.
Oh, so it's not an ogre. It's just Tabitha.
Do you have
Yeah.
any information on what race Tabitha is?
I don't think we did.
You don't, but please take inspiration for maintaining notes.
Oh, sweet. Thank you.
All right. With that, as you kind of trudge yourselves towards, you can kind of see that this mist. It doesn't appear to be reacting to you. Whatever the magic of this mist is, it's just maintaining itself. It doesn't appear to be doing anything to you right now. Is there anything you want to do before you head into the swamp? Now is your chance.
Just in case there are ents here, can I hit my tree with an axe with a?
Can you finish a sentence?
I would like to hit a tree with an axe,
There
just in
it
case
is.
it's an ent again.
Okay, certainly. You go and you go find the biggest looking tree that's not quite in the swamp, but is kind of on the edge of the swamp. You ready about your axe? You give it a look up and down. This could be a tree ent, and you give it a swing with your axe. Give me an attack with your axe, please. Okay, it does hit. You're able to kind of immediately splinter off some of the limbs of the tree. The tree itself appears to be quite heavily rotted through, and bits of it start to collapse into the swamp, and the tree... There's some of it still standing, but it definitely isn't an ent.
Good. I've checked all the trees. There are no ents here.
You have checked one tree, but certainly. We'll go with that.
It's always the first tree that turns into an ent.
I mean,
In my
based on your prior experience of the one time you attacked a fucking tree, yes. All right then. So, feeling somewhat secure, having now Ragnir's given you the anti-Trient determination, you enter into the swamp. Can all of you immediately give me a perception check, and you will be at the top left of this map.
Oh.
See if any of you.
Um,
Oh,
Oh, I've lost my character sheet. Hang on.
Oh, that's a
Okay.
big fucking map.
Oh, graphics performance.
Yeah, I just got that.
yeah, I think it's quite a big map, so it might take a moment.
I can't see shit. Like,
Top
or
left.
no, sorry. Let me rephrase that. I can see shit.
Okay,
Just
good.
rolled terribly on my perception roll.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so as you kind of enter into the swamp, almost immediately, Salem, however, spots something. And with a collection of paws, a collection of tails, some weird head movements, and weird screeching in your brain, he points out to you in the middle of the swamp that he can see a flagpole, and atop it, he appears to be able to see something that looks familiar to you guys. Let's see if you recognize it.
Is it the?
Whoa!
Oh.
It is your flag that you created.
SSS.
The fact that it is hideous is your fault, not mine.
Why does it say Hong Kong?
You guys made this flag.
My
Do
favourite
not
bit
ask
is the
me
little
what
bit
is
of-
on it.
The little bit of like text that's just FFFFDD.
I like the clown kettle / Hitler salute.
Yeah, indeed. And the poop running towards it.
And the guy with a whisk in the background.
Oh, yes. A whisk and a spatula.
Oh, there he is. There's the whisk and the special.
Indeed. Yes, you correctly spot that from the middle of this swamp, somebody has a flagpole with your flag on it. You're pretty certain that's where you need to head to.
It's an egg.
It is an egg.
Who drew the penis into the cat's mouth?
Is Andy already drunk?
Oh no, this is just funny. This is just so shit.
Yes, it is so shit. I'm well aware. I'm the one who had to make this as an icon and then be like, fucking hell, this is what I've got to use?
Oh, dude.
Indeed. So, yes, somebody is signifying to you somewhere in this swamp that is clearly where you need to go. You suspect that is where Tabitha is, but now you need to trek yourself across the swamp. Now, Andy, can you please roll me a nature check with advantage?
Nature boy Ric Flair.
Yep, that's you.
Woo! Oh. Another-
Jesus.
Okay, now, Nugget, as a frogman grung, the swamps are like a second home to you.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, as you start trying to tell the party about the various things in the swamp that they need to watch out for, you kind of realize that you've been talking in circles, and then you suddenly realize, no, wait, no, that was the sewers that had the sewer crocodiles. What does the swamp have? Oh, fuck. And instead, you just regale the party with a story of the time when you were chased by a crocodile out of a sewer, and then act as if that was helpful to the rest of the party.
Don't be
So
silly.
you are in a swamp. There are possibly dangers here.
Just 1 second.
Yep.
Am I out of character? Is
Mhm.
Nugget
Yep.
genuinely from the swamp?
So Nugget is a grung. My understanding is he's actually from the city, but as a grung, he's got some natural affinity for swamps.
Okay.
But correct me if you'd like to add things to Nugget's backstory. Please
No,
do.
I was just gonna. This just never comes up, does it? And I was thinking,
Hosted your past athletic victories. Or would you like to use this for a swamp? We can say that you're from a swamp if you'd like to.
let's say that I'm from a swamp, and let's go and find Shrek.
Okay, when visiting any settlement within 100 miles of where you grew up in, you did not grow up in this swamp.
Oh, that's a shame.
Yeah.
Well, that's the end of that, isn't it?
Yeah,
Let's
I mean,
carry on.
really, you need to. I
on.
guess we need to come up with your hometown specifically, and then we'll do an adventure within 50 miles of it.
Okay.
All right, we'll save that for the quest to save Andyberg.
Can we go to Luton bus depot? I grew up in Luton.
You grew up in Luton,
Yeah.
mate. You're gonna regret making that choice.
We go
So do
find
most
Blakey.
people in Luton, but you know. All right then. You are in the swamp. There are dangers in the swamp, but you need to try and get to the middle. I would say you can start to proceed, but if I tell you to stop, you're going to need to stop. Just be wary of various dangers.
Let's go duck hunting.
And I guess if any of you would like to try and determine what some of the hazards might be, now would be the time to ask.
What the hazards might be.
Indeed.
Is this is all of this covered in water, or are these like these are like rivers of water going through these outcrops?
So this is shallow water that is pooled here. It's quite still, and it looks like you could probably hop over it and stay on the kind of muddy banks. Unfortunately, some of them have got quite thick undergrowth, and you can't see over them. That's the part you can't see through.
Can I a trait that I've completely forgotten about that I've got is this.
You can cast Levitate on yourself at will without expending a spell slot or material components. You can indeed cast Levitate on yourself. The Vox of Cats is now floating at about waist height, bobbing about gently.
I thought
Up
it
to
was
20. So can I have a look down, go up, and as far as I can, and
Levitate up 20
look
feet
down.
and look down. Okay. I can't do it with the walls because I'd have to delete all the walls, but I can describe to you vaguely what you can see.
Okay.
Actually, what I can do, if I give me a moment, what I can do is I'm going to move your character token. Whoop,
Ooh.
whoop. So now you
Ooh.
should be able to see kind of grayed out some stuff, right?
Yeah, I can.
Okay, there you go. Yeah. So
Okay. big-
having
big swamp.
levitated yourself up, yes, you can see a lot more swamp. But you did notice far down to the southeast looked to be some kind of camp.
There's a camp there. And the rest is swamp.
Yes.
Okay. Nice. So we need to head. We need to head. Can I? If I draw on the screen, can everyone else see it?
Should be able to. Yep. They might not be able to see it in the blacked out areas. I don't actually know.
Yeah.
I don't think we can.
I'm gonna
Let me
go bright
I'm
green.
not seeing anything currently.
Okay. Can you guys see
I'll
this?
draw that.
No.
Just south of you.
No.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. Yeah. Okay.
Okay,
People can't
no one
see
can
on
see
terrain.
it.
They can't see. I can see it though, Tom.
It's
and
over
it's
there.
it's not that helpful to me because I already know where it is.
No. My drawings instantly disappeared.
Oh, really? You're just repeatedly drawing a cross over the same location.
Okay, I can't see it being there.
Yeah.
Oh well. Okay, that was helpful. Okay, so it's a big swamp. Lots of
Indeed.
swamp things.
It's a big swamp, lots of swamp things. But you know that there is a camp in the southeast.
Okay, should we get swamping? Get your
Please?
swamp on.
Let's get our swamp on.
We need to...
Okay, as you kind of set yourself first, so Ragnar, you stride confidently into the swamp.
Yes.
Can you just roll me a d20, please?
Uh-oh.
I'm in trouble.
Oh, spaghetti.
Okay, you're fine. Nothing happens.
Okay.
Cool doesn't trust the swamp. Can I get my aura?
Oh, yep, certainly. Gene, do you want to roll me a d20 as well, please?
Oh, yep. Lovely.
that
Just
visible
yeah,
card.
just an old
Yeah,
D20.
yeah. Okay, yeah, you're fine, Gene. Yeah. You set foot in the swamp, everything seems okay.
I love the
Okay.
word
Tracking
seems.
down.
There's going to be some swampodiles.
Oh dear. Nugget, as a grung, you're able to kind of leap across quite confidently, and you can kind of immerse yourselves in the water. Yeah, honestly, feels great to get your feet in some pools.
Mm.
Okay, Ragnar, can you stop? Everybody, stop, please. Ragnar, can you make me a athletics check, please? As the vines that you've just passed immediately as you move try to grab you.
Good for them.
Oh,
Okay, excellent. The vines come down to grab you, and without even thinking, you twist yourself in such a way that your axe immediately is brought up and slices through the brambles.
I prefer
They
to imagine him having
collapse
to, like,
on the
bend
ground.
down and tie his shoelace up.
Would you rather it be accidental, Ragnar?
Absolutely, Ragnar's a fucking moron.
Okay, Ragnar, as you take a step, you see a shiny rock. It might be a gem. As you lean forward, the vines attempt to snatch you and shatter themselves atop your axe, pruning themselves rather effectively. Unfortunately, it wasn't a gem. It was just a nice rock. So
I like to think Ragnar was completely unaware of there being any danger.
completely oblivious to the danger.
Ragnar's checked. That
Carry
one
on.
tree he hit has filled him with so much confidence that there's
Yeah.
nothing here.
Indeed. Gene, you, however, as right behind Ragnar, saw the whole thing. You can resume moving.
Yep.
As you step close to the vines, you see what's kind of left of that stub is now trying to grab you, but there's not enough left for it to reach you, so you can easily walk past it. Okay, Ragnar, as you kind of enter into the to this larger area, you can suddenly see a lot more of the swamp in front of you. As I quickly just check your vision.
Oh yeah.
So a
See
lot more of the
whole
swamp opens up in front of you. There are still some areas that are quite thick, but generally you've got a pretty good eye on everything, and you can see that those thick brambles that did nothing to you whatsoever, but they do appear to be present everywhere. They are very thick, especially to the south of you.
I mean, I think just at the edge of my vision, I can see the camp
You might be able to.
all the way down here.
Let me just have a quick
It
look
is
from your view.
here.
Yep, just in the edge of your vision, you can see some wooden palisades, and what looks to be the corner of a tent. So you can certainly see where you're getting to, but the brambles are getting quite thick around here. Okay, can we tell you what? Sam, can you roll me a d20, please?
Yes.
Thank you. Okay, that's fine. Nothing happens. You're good. Gene, you're getting
Ow.
quite close to these brambles, and you can see they are starting to move. You're not quite in their grabbing range, but you're getting quite close to them.
To the right of me or to the left of me?
Sorry, to the south of you, to below
All right,
you.
going
Yep.
around that, just following these guys.
How tall is this undergrowth?
I mean, it's pretty thick. I'd say that kind of at its peak, it's probably around like 10, 15 feet tall. There is, however, to the southeast of you, kind of here, that bramble appears to be very, very tall.
I'm going this way.
Is it safe to say once we can't see through it, it's probably too tall to go through?
Yeah, if you can't see through it, it's probably too much for you to go through. Yeah.
Can I go over it?
With your levitate, you can go up 20 feet tall, can't you? Nugget, roll me a d20, please. So yeah, you could probably levitate yourself over some stuff. Oh, Nugget, yeah, you're fine. Golden. Absolutely perfect. Okay, you guys are getting quite close to the bramble, so Ragnar, they're going to make another attempt to grab at you, so that's another athletics check, please.
Am I right?
Good for the brambles.
Let me see where you are. Yep, you're okay at the moment. God, I have to zoom out quite far to keep an eye on both of you. I need to start wearing my glasses. Okay, right. Yep, so Ragnar, some more brambles attempt to grab you, but you're able to kind of bat them away from you without too much problem. They just keep snagging on your cloak, but it's fine. You just brush them off. It's fine.
If they get too snaggy, that's all I'm wearing. So
Well, yes, I suppose. Cole, you have found yourself in quite a difficult situation now. There are brambles almost all around you where you are.
Oh, lovely.
So if I take a pause with you, and I'm going to cut to Nugget right now. So Nugget, you have made it to kind of what appears to be a clearer area. There are obviously still some brambles, but you're largely free of the bramble patch. And south of you, as I just check your vision. Yep, south of you, you can kind of start to see, well, you can see almost quite clearly a camp to the south of you. With your perception roll, you can't make out too much of it. You can just kind of see there are some tents.
Can I sneak
yep.
from this point onwards?
Do you want to leap? Sorry.
No, sneak. I want to be a
Oh,
bit...
sneak.
Where is Nugget?
Okay. Nugget is to the northeast of you. He is going to attempt to stealth.
Oh, yeah.
It's not great stealth, but yeah, I mean the water is splashing around you a bit, so it's too shallow for you to swim comfortably. Right.
I'll try to not be the fuck up. Oh!
Okay. I'm going to cut to the other group. You're okay to keep moving kind of slow and steady, Andy. I'll keep an eye on you. I've got glasses on, so I can see people now. Right, okay, so the rest of you, you are okay to be moving if you want. Ragnar, if you want to keep advancing this way, you're going to need to start hacking through some brambles.
okay.
So if you can start making some attack rolls as you're moving. That'd be
Me too.
grand. Yep, you as well. Basically, whoever's at the front of the party.
Mate, fucking Sides is dope for this.
Indeed. So actually, I will say with a scythe and a barbarian with an axe at the front, you're able to just kind of smash your way through a lot of this without really too much problem. So you can advance quite effectively through that undergrowth. I can say you can get kind of right up to here. Easily enough. Do you want to try and hack through this thick bit of undergrowth, or what's your...
I can't just go due east.
Okay, yep, that's fine. Yeah, keep heading due east then.
Just push through these bushes.
Yep.
Oh, just get back
Andy,
in
you're
the
now
water.
coming up to kind of the same bramble patch that your party is working through. So if you want to start swinging yourself through it, that's fine, or you can keep sneaking and try and work out ways around it.
I'm going to hope that my small stature and the water allows me to...
Okay, that's fine. I'm gonna...
in some sort of feat of acrobatics, should we say?
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, I'll allow you to roll acrobatics if you want to do kind of...
You can delete all pump crosses, they're quite distracting.
that's the only way you know where things are. No, there you go. Yep.
Thanks.
Okay, if you guys can stop right now. Gene, can you roll me an athletics, please?
Oh, goody. I just gotta quickly change something up. Athletics, you say?
I do. Okay,
bad.
I make a roll now. Right. So as you're kind of taking a step, all of a sudden, out of the swamp bursts a hand that grabs onto your ankle. You are able to kind of shake them off quickly enough and kind of step on dry ground, but almost as quickly as it appears, the hand vanishes again into the water behind you. There is no sign of where it came from. You didn't get a good look at it, unfortunately.
Just a hand. Did it
The
look,
hand
did
appeared
it
to
look
reach up
humanoid?
and grab you. It looked to be humanoid, but it was gone too quickly for you to register, really.
Sheila, I told you not to goof whilst we're sneaking around in the jungle.
With that, you feel Sheila on your shoulder give you what can only be described as the hand equivalent of a shrug. And you'd know the nails of Sheila anywhere. That did not feel right. It felt wet.
Yeah, I pay for those manicures. Yeah, that's a bit creepy. I'm gonna ask Sheila to
Yep.
try and keep a metaphorical eye out, because she does have blind sense. So
She does indeed, yes.
pretty good
yes.
at she should be pretty good at picking those
Okay,
things
can she roll me a perception check then? Okay, Call, if you can stop there, we'll come to you in a moment.
I'm going to stop here and roll a
Okay.
perception check for in a minute.
Yep, perfect.
Yeah, she has blind sight out to 30 feet.
Okay, that's perfect. So, what Sheila is able to kind of detect, and it passes on to you through your weird connection, is that there is something under the swamp, but it's not like a humanoid form. There is something on the floor of the swamp that is just moving itself around, and she can just kind of feel bits of it go past you occasionally. Unclear if it's one big thing or lots of little things.
Oh, you'll say like burrowing.
It feels almost like it is burrowing, but she can't really tell too well.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'll relay that to everyone else just to keep
Yeah.
an eye out.
It's fine. Nugget, with your perception roll, you can also see that from here, that camp that you're detecting, that's kind of just south of you, although it does have the flagpole that has your flag upon it, the camp also appears to be abandoned. Doesn't seem to be anybody there at present. Now we're going to cut to Call, who in front of you can see what appears to be an ancient stone structure. It's crumbling. It's clearly not been well maintained. And looking kind of closely, if you can roll me perception, please.
I can try.
I believe in you. Okay, I mean, with a 4, you can see that somebody has carved lots of skulls on this thing. Not much beyond that.
Which bit's
Lovely.
Where's the stone structure? Sorry.
It is literally just out of your vision where you are. As in, if you move one tile to where Sam is, you'll see it.
Oh, right, there we go.
There we go. All right then. Ragnar, you've become a little bit cut off from the group. Can you roll me a d20, please?
Yeah, sure.
Thanks, man.
Uh-oh.
Okay, that's less good for you.
Yeah, that seems
so
bad.
Feeling kind of a bit cut off from the group, you've kind of ended up separate, and unlike Nugget, you're not trying to sneak. All of a sudden, you feel several hands burst out of the swamp underneath you and start to grab at you. Can you make me an athletics check, please?
Yes.
Okay, it's
that's
not
not great.
your best, unfortunately. The hands are kind of grabbing at you repeatedly, and they start trying to pull you down. Without much warning, all of a sudden, all these hands are all over you, and they are pulling you under the water. And suddenly you feel one on the back of your head trying to push your head into the water itself. This hand is trying to drown you. Can you make me a strength saving throw, please? You have quite good strength saving throws, don't you? So this should be good for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. With that, you are able to kind of, as the hand grabs you and starts to push you into the water, you're able to kind of break away from its grasp, roll out of the way, but you are still now kind of half prone in the swamp water, and you can watch as the hands kind of meld themselves back into the swamp, and they start grabbing at you again and are pulling you into the swamp. What would you like to do? And what would anybody else like to do if presumably Ragnar is shouting and drawing attention to himself?
I would like to yell very loudly and rage.
Okay, please go for the
See
rage.
what the magic do.
Okay, for the rest of you, you're admiring this lovely stone ruin, or in Andy's case, looking at this abandoned camp. Suddenly you hear a kind of rapid shouting, turning into roaring, staying as shouting, as Ragnar enters rage and gains the ability to teleport. So where would you like to teleport to, Ragnar?
Where's 30 feet away? Oh, fuck it, just over there. Onto some
Yep.
nice dry land.
Okay, Ragnar, you kind of vanish yourself away, and as you're kind of sat, kind of half crouched on the ground, having just teleported there, you can look across and see what had grabbed you, and you just see it is a massive collection of arms that have come up. That's all it is just humanoid hands layered atop each other. Probably 20 or 30 of them were trying to grab you and pull you under. Now
Dom,
that you've vanished, yep, go for it.
I'd like, from where I am now,
Yep.
to roll athletics, and I'm just going to sprint through that camp. And I'm going to grab the flag on the way through.
Okay, you can play capture the flag. How much distance is? Where are you looking to end up as well? That's the other point.
To the party, I'm intending on running.
Oh, you want to run the whole whole way?
I want to leg it through here, all the way along this boardwalk, and I want to grab the flag on my way through.
Okay, I mean you're looking to run probably like 150 feet, we'll say.
Oh, yeah.
So that's quite a lot more of your movement than normal.
That's why I'm limbering up and doing my stretches.
That's why you're limbering up, doing your stretches, getting ready for this.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm
not
pulling the
combat.
tongues up on my
Yeah.
trainers.
I was going to say, we're not in combat, so this is not the same as moving in combat, because obviously then you want to be staying ready for battle. This is your dash action, this is you going full sprint. You've taken some time to prepare. You've done up your trainers extra good. I can't imagine a frog wearing trainers. Makes me a little uncomfortable. We're going to move past it. You're fully ready to sprint through this camp. So can you roll me athletics, please?
Yes.
I mean, where does that end up? Because if he's like 30 feet, is he 35 feet normally? And then he's got a dash which makes it like 70 feet in a turn, which would be 6 seconds. So you can do like 140 feet in 12 seconds.
This guy, yeah, he can do this, definitely. It's just how quickly he can do this, and the athletics check is relevant. So with that kind of nugget, you give yourself a good stretch. Ragnar, you can teleport again while this is happening. I don't like that picture because I'm pretty certain I own those shoes. Yeah, I own work shoes that look eerily similar to those.
Right. Okay, here we go then. Here we go. This one.
All right. Oh yeah,
Oh, good lord.
that's much worse. I love it. All right, you can go for it. You can go for the full sprint through.
Grabbing the
As
flag
you
and
start charging through, you run into the middle of the camp. You see the flagpole. Now, you're just trying to grab the whole pole. Do you want to try and get the flag?
Let's just take the pole.
Okay, so with your athletics roll, you run through, you grab hold of the flagpole. As you do so, as you're sprinting out of the camp, you almost immediately see a very large, almost like a bear trap, bursting up out of the ground in the middle as steel jaws clamp shut where you were just moments ago.
Oh,
But you've successfully sprinted through, you've grabbed the flag, and I'll say with your athletics roll, as you're kind of running through, you spot that some of these planks here are quite flimsy, so you're able to use the pole that you've now got to kind of pole vault yourself over those flimsy planks and sprint yourself successfully all the way back to the rest of the party.
I got the flag.
Okay, all of you are now stood with Nugget proudly holding the flag, and you are stood in front of the strange stone altar. Jean and Salem and Ragnar, can you make me Arcana rolls, please?
Lovely.
Okay, very
I
good
would-
from
no,
Ragnar.
never mind.
Less good from Jean. You're getting out Arcana'd by the guy who thinks that rocks are vegetables. And yeah, okay from Salem. All right then. So Ragnar, while kind of Jean and Salem are taking in this area and the clear magic, you kind of have a bit of a sniff and look at it, kind of unfocus your eyes. Actually, your eyes are probably always unfocused. Maybe you focus them briefly.
They don't exist.
And you realise that in front of you, this strange stone altar is glowing a very particular colour. a kind of strange purple color that you know is illusion magic. What you are looking at here is an illusion.
Ragnar just points and just goes, fake.
Okay. I like to imagine everybody's like, okay, what do you mean? Like a fake stone altar? Like but-
Ragnar shrugs and just says fake again.
fake. Alright, so yes, thanks to Ragnar, you know that this is fake. You realise that this is an illusion of some kind. You are right on the threshold of this illusion. What would you like to do before you step forward?
Nothing.
Could I
Okay.
use Mage Hand to
Yep.
kind of like swat at it to see if it's like firm and like real?
Okay, as you kind of conjure your mage hand, Sheila's other hand, and send it in, it kind of almost immediately vanishes from your sight as you realise this whole area in front of you is actually an illusion. As you kind of have the hand swat around, you feel it connect with something, very briefly. And you hear a kind of unceremonious ow come from inside of this illusion.
Is my rage still up? Or will it have...
It can still be up, like, just, won't be up for much longer, but
Okay, I'd like to teleport into the middle of the illusion.
okay then. With that, from everybody else's perspective, Ragnar just vanishes. And as the kind of Ragnar, as you arrive, you find yourself actually stood at a rather nice wooden little cabin. It's rather pleasant, and there is a hooded figure stood in front of you. And with that, and a strange waving gesture made by this figure, the illusion breaks. And you all find yourself stood in front of a lovely little hovel that is hidden in the swamp.
Swamp hole.
And before you stands,
Can we find a Yoda here?
maybe, before you stands a tall figure wearing a robe. They are facing away from you at present, and just looking across the swamp away from you. They have not yet reacted to your presence, but they definitely know you are there. They are, I think, trying to be imposing.
I hope you've got a good Eddie Murphy voice. Dom.
No.
Come on, Dom. Let's have your best donkey impression.
This isn't Donkey. I hate to break this to you.
No, I know, but let's just have it.
Yeah, Donkey's pretty short.
Andy, I'll drown you in a puddle even though you can breathe in water. I'll find a way.
Okay, all right, Dom. Tom, can I have your best?
There we go.
I can't do Donkey, I'm afraid.
Well, that was anticlimactic.
Yeah, that was a letdown.
All right.
Um,
The figure, as you're standing there squabbling amongst each other as to who can do the best impression of farmyard animals.
Cool is gonna
Mhm.
like bash his bottom of his scythe on the assuming the stone or the wood, whatever the edge of the path is not like that's hard enough to make a noise. It's not burnt.
Yeah.
And so the stone is here for an audience.
With that, the figure still facing away from you says, "And what do you think you've done to earn an audience with me?" Yeah, nothing.
I thought Cole had that.
I thought you did too.
So Cole kind of looks at the rest of the party like,
Well, we made it through this charming swamp of yours, and we found
that's enough.
the place.
Can I
Yep.
Actually, wait. No.
Mhm.
The Stonks single-handedly defeated every enemy on the way here.
Are you going to try and claim that you single-handedly defeated every enemy on the way here?
Maybe.
Okay, go for it. Please make a persuasion or deception roll, I suppose.
With
Whichever's
advantage.
your preference. With advantage, yes, indeed.
Can Nugget cough and say bullshit as whatever?
You can, but it doesn't matter. The not so honest hat blocks out your cough. You cough and hear yourself say it, but nobody else seems to hear it. The magic of the hat is ensuring that this lie is as strong as possible.
Yes.
So with a 24, the figure appears to kind of briefly turn and register that and goes, "Oh, that is quite good."
Can I write while this is happening? Can I write on a napkin bullshit and hold it up?
Oh yeah, certainly. Yeah, I have to imagine that that Nugget has one like dirty handkerchief that he's kept, and it's covered in random scrawls and like shit and stuff like that he just holds up with the word bullshit on it. So yeah.
It's like
Bullshit's
Andy's
actually
tax
just
return.
like he's just scraped some grime off in the shape of the letters to make the word.
Oh god, he has to clean it to spell things with it. Yes,
He
indeed.
doesn't carry a pen. He's a frog.
Now the figure is still facing away from you, but you can now kind of hear some muttering. Do you guys want to roll me a perception check, please?
Not really.
Actually, Salem, you have advantage
I have advantage on perception check.
on this one. Yes,
Do I?
yes, you do.
I'm
Oh.
can call. I'm on a roll here. Can call the mind. It's like turn and face the stonk. I knew your parents.
You can give it a shot. Okay, a 16. But Salem, you notice that the talking that you can hear, the slight muttering. You notice that you can hear multiple voices. And as a box of cats yourselves, you recognize somebody having an internal dialogue. And as Cole bellows out that he knows their parents, the strange figure turns, and finally you get to see who it is you've been corresponding with. As you see in front of you is 3 kobolds in a trench coat.
That's my game. You can't do that.
This is This is why the Stonk's second persuasion check failed, because actually it was perfectly reasonable for him to have met their parents because they're so young, because they're only kobolds.
Well, exactly, yeah. You very easily could have met these kobolds' parents.
I also love that art exists.
You have no idea how hard it was to find good art of 3 kobolds in a trench coat. There's a lot of it, but a lot of it's just shits.
Like I imagine a lot of shit like DeviantArt, kind of MS Paint.
I've seen things, Ed. I've seen things.
Honestly, DeviantArt is a dark place. That's one of
I found that one really early, and then was like, it'd be nice if it wasn't so icy. And I have since changed my opinion. So as the 3 kobolds turn and face you, the one at the top says,
Part 3 kobolds.
Yes.
Next search. Sorry, no.
That's right. As the kobolds turn and face you, the top one says, well, "It's quite good you're here because we're very much out of our depth. I'll be completely honest with you. My name's Barry. That's Larry, and it's Harry on the bottom. He's got the strong legs. We're not the Witch of the Wild. Unfortunately, we are her apprentices." With that, the middle kobold shakes his head and says, "Interns. We've been left kind of in control of it because we don't know where she is. Or more accurately, we know exactly where she is, but we're not very good. We don't know how to get her. If you're looking for the witch, if you could save her, that'd be great, because we've made a real pig's ear of this swamp, I'll be honest with you."
Is she in trouble?
Well, yeah, she's she got arrested.
She got arrested.
Yeah, she got
In
arrested.
the swamp.
No, I mean, you can't live in a swamp, so she was off, doing some food shopping. and she got herself arrested. And she told us to run away and get help, so we ran away. And it turns out not many people come to a swamp, so we really have struggled to get help. I'll be completely honest with you. But what we did instead was we piled up in her coat, and we've been taking her place. We've
So how long
officiated a
ago
wedding.
was this?
Oh, a couple weeks. Yeah.
Oh shit. Okay. Do you know where she's been taken?
We know exactly where she is. Well, not exactly. I mean, we know the general visit. We know where she will be. She's in prison. You know about the Good League of Goods prison, right? One of them gives you kind of a hopeful smile.
Heist.
Do I know about the prison?
Let's see. Does Ragnar know about the prison? With an 11, Ragnar, you have vague memories, given how long you've spent in cages being transported to fight things. You have vague memories, actually, that the Good League of Good has some kind of moving prison. It's got some ridiculous name. You think it's called a steam train.
I relate to the 3 kobolds that I have indeed heard of their prison. And I know
Okay,
it
with that,
moves.
the kobolds, one of them excitedly claps. Unfortunately, it's the middle one, so you see the top one briefly tumbles out of view. And they kind of clamber back up. And they say, well, that would be terrific if you could help us, because what we need to do is we need to rob a train and get her out. You guys up for it? And again, hopeful smiles from all of the kobolds as they're all looking at you.
I think
Yes.
I think we can help.
Do we get horses?
We can't offer you horses because we don't have any horses. We have got access to powerful magics, so we could summon you. We don't have any. She never really got around to teaching us magic. We mostly did things like make her bed and like tidied up her laundry. I'll be honest with you.
So what are these powerful magics you have access to?
Can I intimidate them to make them our horses?
What?
I mean, you could probably ride them.
I mean, you probably.
Most members of the party, I imagine 50% of the party could ride them as horses.
What do you think kobolds are?
Horses.
Clearly,
Or small characters.
no,
3 foot
kobolds
tall.
are like you know
dragon
Dan's
rats.
character.
Yeah.
These are like Dan's character. There's 3 of them stacked up on top of a trench coat. 3 of them is the height of like a slightly tall person. What
I
have you
imagine
thought
all 3 of
kobolds
them
are?
stacked up aren't even as tall as Gene.
Yeah.
But how tall is Nugget?
Nugget's like
3 foot, I think.
yeah, you're like 3 foot. Yeah.
They're probably on par with one of them, I guess. Maybe
Yeah.
Do I need to explain to Tom that these are 3? This isn't one person that's made of 3 kobolds. These are 3 kobolds.
I know it's
Who are
3 kobolds. Which
okay,
means
just
3
yeah.
horses.
What? Are you
What
drunk?
is happening?
Like,
What?
kobolds are fucking tiny. You can't
You
ride
guys
them.
are you want to turn them into horses? Do you have magic to turn them into horses?
You have polymorphs.
No.
I wanted to waste
They're
my
not
life.
becoming horses anytime soon. Then.
What is happening?
I just wanted some fucking horses.
In the middle of a swamp.
In the middle of a swamp, you want to turn some kobolds into horses? I don't
Find us
by
some
the way.
swamp ponies.
We need
Find
some
us some
swamp
swamp
ponies.
That's alligators.
Yeah.
Swamp ponies. Well, I'm sure we find something on the way. And we got Gruff. Like, that's one.
But
Yeah,
he's
sorry,
not a
Tom
swamp
has just
pony.
completely derailed my brain. The kobolds can't turn themselves into horses. I'm so sorry. That's not an ability these kobolds have yet. They have very limited magic, but they happily allow you into the witch's house. Almost immediately, you notice that it has not been very well maintained. If the only thing these kobolds ever did was kind of make her bed and sort out her laundry, clearly they've taken advantage of the fact she isn't here, and they've trashed the place. There's significant amounts of food just lying all over the floor. It looks like they've made some kind of attempt at cooking, but you can just see kind of a large stack of grain has just been burnt in the sack still. So clearly they're not really sure what they're doing. But they're at all times staying, all three of them stacked on top of each other inside the coat. That appears to be kind of a safety structure for them at this point. As they
Very
kind of
good.
gesture around the house, they say, "Oh, I mean, feel free to, see what you'll fancy out of it." But
Yeah, is
you
there
know.
anything that looks like hot damn, that's a fucking magic item?
Okay, if you can give me a investigation roll, please. I'll give you advantage as well because it's just moseying about. You've got time.
Okay, cool. And I'm going to use my knowledge from a past life to
Okay.
add a to that. Yo.
Oh, very
Yes.
good. All right, that's a 23. As you start searching around, Gene, you suddenly have a flash of a strange memory, and you have a nagging feeling you might have dated this swamp witch back in your youth. That must have been somebody else.
Oh shit.
But maybe I did. Oh god. But as you're searching about, you are able to find a what appears to be a large black barrel that, upon kind of cracking open, has a very foul smell coming out of it, and you realise that this is black powder.
Ooh.
This is essentially what you've got here is a significant amount of explosives. If you need to rob a train, this might be helpful.
This'll do.
We're gonna need horses to transport all this black powder.
We have salad cream. He's pretty sturdy.
I mean, yes, salad cream is with you at this point. I'll say if you search around, mostly
I can
because
guess as
Tom
well.
has successfully cast, confusion on the DM at this point. You are able to find a number of saddles, including one that you're pretty certain you could rig this over salad cream, and you could use this as a, turn salad cream into a safer steed for Nugget, so that Nugget isn't poisoning him constantly. And also you could use it to transport goods.
Nice.
You find a number of very well pressed and well maintained cloaks, such as the one that the kobolds are wearing, as well as a large withered staff that appears to have a. It almost looks like a grasping hand at the top.
Oh! I'll grab a hold of that.
Okay. As you grab a hold of it, you almost immediately have a very weird, strange sensation deep within you. The moment you're holding this staff, you feel a strange pull. Ed, can you move down a channel?
Okay.
Thank you.
Okey-doke.
I'm gonna grab a beer while that happens.
All right. Pick one. I'll follow you down.
Sorry, no, I was scrolling down.
That's
There
all
you
right.
go.
Fuck you, Tom.
Fuck you, Andy.
Getting a sense that there's general disappointment that this wasn't Shrek Swamp.
I mean, maybe it still is.
Yeah, maybe all the hands
Maybe-
were green.
Maybe these kobolds are holding Shrek hostage, and he's tied up somewhere. Maybe I'm going to demand to know where Shrek is, but I think that might piss off Dom.
I don't know, he seems quite happy about the horses. Confused, but happy.
What's this? Oh, I've missed these gifts. Shrek 5 Elite. Shrek saxophone. Oh, that's a tasty Shrek lady. Or is that a Shrek sumo? Oh, it's like a sumo wrestler.
I have no idea.
You better check yourself before you Shrek yourself, Tom.
Yeah, I better check myself.
Chicken and beans. Not much fan of chicken and baked beans. They don't go very well together.
Chicken and baked beans.
Yeah. Bit weird.
What do you think about chicken and baked beans?
Why am I thinking about chicken and baked beans? Why aren't you thinking about chicken and baked beans, huh? I bet you're thinking about chicken and baked beans now.
No, I'm not. I'm
I'm
thinking
gonna-
about eggs and potatoes.
I'm gonna go and get a beer before I get too pissed.
Well, I'm back, and there's Ed as well.
Mm-hmm.
So, from everybody else's perspective, Jean picked up the staff, looked at it, briefly stepped outside the cabin, and has come back inside. If Jean wants to tell you anything, he can. If not, he can keep it to himself.
No, I'm good.
Ooh.
Okay, give me just a second. I'll be one moment.
Does the staff still do what it? I know you said it changed a little bit, but it still does what it was doing before. I can still use it as it was.
Sorry, I'm back. What a mess.
Everyone
Uh,
came back. Ed won't tell us what his staff does.
You missed a ton of Shrek gifts.
No, I found a staff with like a hand, like motif on the top, and then well, you guys would have seen Gene walk outside, and like a hand made out of mud came out of the ground and handed him a black crystal, or like a black piece of rock, which melted into his skin.
That's not terrifying at all.
And
Indeed. Yeah. To answer the question, the staff does appear to still work.
okay, cool.
You can manipulate the kind of the ground in the swamp while you're using the staff. You don't know if this would work outside of the swamp.
I was wondering that.
Yep.
Yeah, I'll take it anyway.
Okay. Excellent. So having I'll say you've searched around the cabin. There's a decent amount of food and supplies. The kobolds they're happy for you to ransack the place. They've clearly not been treating it with much respect while they've been living there. And they start to kind of explain that just outside of where you are, there is essentially the train is on a massive loop. It passes through a good League of Good outpost. That's where it seems to refuel, to resupply, and then it's just on a constant loop to keep these dangerous prisoners out of reach of everyone.
Is it like Snowpiercer?
It's similar to the idea of Snowpiercer. Yes, this is just a constantly moving on a loop train. And the train itself is imbued with some kind of anti-magical properties. And apparently the reason they keep it moving is to make sure that, no wizard can ever get a full scope for the anti-magic, so they can keep somebody trapped in there. And wizards and the like can't just break them out with a teleport spell.
Huh.
So there is some kind of anti-magic properties to this train. The kobolds are happy to take you to basically any point in the tracks you want. If you guys have any, basically at this point, I'm thinking I want you guys to vaguely plan what kind of train robbery you'd like to do, so I can build it to work. If that makes sense.
Does the train slow down to collect supplies outside the settlement?
It does not slow down outside of the settlement. The only place it stops is in this settlement.
So by the time it leaves the settlement, it's already back up to full speed.
So it'll have a bit of a ramp up time outside. It'll be slow coming out, but then it will get
How
up
long
to
does
full
it stop
speed.
for?
Probably stops for maybe an hour, maybe two.
Oh, fuck. We need to take out a section of track somewhere.
I was going to say that might be the option, and then it's away from
I don't know,
potential
like-
reinforcements.
Fatalities in train crashes are normally pretty high. If we're trying to
And-
rescue someone off the train, derailing it is probably not the best way
Alright,
to
let's
go about it.
derail it at full speed off a cliff.
Yeah,
Yeah. Is there a bridge?
that'd be sick.
Yeah. It'll be like the
Is
start
there
of Toy Story
a-
3.
There is indeed.
do
It
need
does
her
go
alive.
over a bridge.
Yeah.
I'm talking, typical Western Canyon bridge kind of thing.
Yeah,
What we could
bridge.
do- What we could do is take out a section of track where they could see it far enough in advance
Yeah.
that rather than derailing it, it would just force the stop in the middle of nowhere.
What if we blew up the bridge
Mm-hmm.
and
Well,
then
you don't
Yeah.
need
there'll be
to-
loads of smoke that they'll see, so
What
they'll
if, we
stop.
what if we just got on the train where it was when it was coming out of the settlement slowly?
There you go.
Nah,
Just watch that video to plan our heist.
Thank you. It's an educational video.
What if we tie the kobolds to the track?
Yeah, hog time.
Oh no! At the end of this video is a nuke of tiny plastic monkeys.
It's blocked on Discord.
Is it?
Yeah, some videos are, yeah.
Hmm.
So what are you thinking? Do you want to blow up a bridge? Do you want
I
to...
think
I mean,
we should
kinda.
ambush it
I
and
think
take out a bridge.
Mm-hmm.
I think trying to get it.
Well, not-
Because we don't need the train to stop, do we? 'Cause if
You're
we-
just
if
trying
we-
to get this person off, so
If
yeah.
we blow up-
If we don't have horses, how are we going to run along the train?
because it's moving slowly when it comes out the settlement from the good.
Yeah,
League
we'll
of Good.
still need horses to keep up with it.
Yeah, you need horses.
We can find horses. That's not an issue.
There are,
could find
there are
horses in a
settlements
settlement.
nearby where you could find
Yeah.
horses. Keep in mind, you guys are wanted.
We
Yes.
can use the
Go
kobolds.
getting
None of
horses.
us could sneak in disguised and get some
I've
horses.
copied it at
That'll
the
be.
right time for you there, Dom.
Thank you.
Horse rustling. We need to rustle some horses.
You're going to rustle some horses.
And then I think
So
we need
what-
to take out a portion of the track and then ambush them.
I was just gonna wait
Okay.
until the train's coming out of the settlement relatively slowly, and then just Missy step onto the roof.
Well, you have to be careful with the anti-magic properties. That's kind of exactly the kind of thing it's designed to stop.
What, even if I
Um,
Missy step above it, so I'm not trying to get inside.
I mean, I suppose it depends. That would be something you'd have to find out. Was if you misty step above it and then kind of fall 5 feet or something like that, land on top of it. Is that going to cause any problems, or is that going to be fine? The kobolds do not know.
Okay. I think we need to rustle. We need to rustle some horses,
Okay.
and we need to kidnap some nuns and then hog tie them to the track. And then they'll have to stop.
Yeah,
Because I
the
bet there's
Good
some
League of Good will
enchantment that will stop
Let's
us
come up
blowing
with an
stuff
elaborate
up.
plan that has like 10 lead
10 moving parts. Yeah. Lots of
Why
lead up
don't we-
sessions,
Why
weeks of
don't we-
Rent a
practice,
safe house.
and then you're going to get there and just bomb it.
Why don't we?
Yeah, it's a complete
Why
waste of
don't
time.
Why don't we go to the Good League of Good settlement and find out the most
Mm-hmm.
important person we can, kidnap them, interrogate them for no good reason, and then hog tie them and put them on the tracks?
I will tell you this right now as a classic bad guy thing. If you hog tie somebody to the tracks, I'm giving you all like DM's inspiration.
Yeah.
Who wants to
Right now,
pretend to
the
be the
more
damsel?
dastardly evil stuff. I'm just so
Does
into
anybody
it.
have disguise self? Or illusion
I'm
spell?
pretty certain I do.
I think I can do it as a
It's got to be such a convincing disguise if it's a box of cats.
trip.
Yeah, I've got
Actually,
disguise self.
Tom, people already think that you are kidnapped by someone.
Yeah, I could just lay on the track.
I mean, a box of kittens
A box of kittens
on
on
a
the
train
tracks.
track, I would
You know.
argue is better than some random bird.
And then we summon the devil.
So-
Now our plan's coming together.
What if we
Mhm.
do that and then we just get like Salakrim to fall asleep in front of the train so it can't move forward? Is
Okay,
that-
Salakrim is
probably
big and
big
heavy.
enough.
I don't think he's quite big and heavy enough to block a train, but you
Yeah.
could
Oh,
try it.
watch that. Watch
Does
that.
anybody-
Thinking of
don't we have access to enlarge reduce?
Do you?
Do we?
Well, isn't that how we got the giant egg in the first place?
Oh no, that's because
no,
we
you
went
guys
into a
got
giant
shrunken.
kitchen.
I
Yeah,
think
yeah.
that was shenanigans.
Oh no,
Yeah,
not
that was the
a giant
kitchen.
kitchen. We went into a normal sized kitchen as teeny tiny people.
Oh god. Oh no.
That worked, Dom.
All right, let me rephrase that. Can we get access to enlarge reduce?
I mean, I'll be honest with you, Andy.
Will that work?
It could work.
Can we stop the train with bodies?
They love bodies.
That's proper
We
evil.
just got to kill a lot of villagers.
That is unbelievably evil. If you can find a way to get that many people, maybe it'll work. Maybe it won't. Who knows?
Are there any slavers around here?
Any what? Sorry.
Slavers.
Slavers. None that you know of, but the kobold suggests that there probably are some around here that
Do we
they
know,
could.
do we have any
contact.
access to talk to our bosses over at Tito?
You can certainly try, but Krim seems to respond on his own whims.
Can I just start talking in the hope that he's listening?
You can certainly try.
Yeah, okay. Do I have any inkling of any way I can get his attention if he's listening, if he's watching or listening, or someone else is?
You have to. I mean, yeah, essentially, yeah. Okay, there are ways you can get in contact with Not Krim purely just to avoid Stam trying to send up smoke signals for the next 45 minutes. Yeah, if you say Not Krim 3 times, he's like Beetlejuice, you know.
Right. I'm gonna say not Krim, not Krim, not Krim. I need 100 slaves. No questions asked.
Okay, with that, there's a cracking sound as Not Krim's head pokes out of the wall, much like a deer head, as he just pokes out and goes, "What? What do you want?"
I need 100 slaves.
He kind of looks at you, looks at the rest of the party, looks incredulously, and goes, "We're based in a sewer, mate. Do you think we have 100 slaves that we can just throw away?"
I
They
think
don't have to be good slaves.
this
They
plan.
just need to be in appearance vulnerable to the good
100
league of good.
slaves is not enough to stop a train. We need
It doesn't.
1,000.
We've got video evidence that 100.
Yeah, we do
100
actually.
slaves.
We do actually have handy video evidence that 100
not
would
enough.
not be
More.
sufficient. Hmm
I
Yeah,
think
Yeah,
we.
but that's not a good League of Good train. Good League of Good train will stop for anyone.
You have to assume this is a good League of Good train.
What if,
So,
what
if
if
you
they
know.
stack
do
the slaves
murder-
up? What if we stack the slaves up like a house of cards, so they're like a big pyramid, so if they go through them, they'll knock them down like bowling pins.
Okay, I'm going to tell you right now, Notgrim is not willing to supply you with slaves now that he's overheard your plan is to knock them over like bowling pins.
And you know, I'm
The
asking
evil
him-
League of Evil is not wealthy enough to just be throwing
No,
away
I'm
good
not necessarily
slaves.
saying I need him to give me the slaves. I'm asking if he can tell me where to find them.
Oh, right, yeah, I mean, he can certainly tell you the names of some very reliable slavers.
Exactly. That's all it is.
He can point you in the right direction of some if you need them.
I think we want-
Slaves are
I
an
think-
option.
What
They
about
will
horses?
cost you some gold.
relatively close to where we are would be good as well.
What about
Uh,
horses?
As you ask for horses, Notgrim glances at the kobolds and says, "What about them?"
I know, right?
And then says, "Yeah, don't worry. Yeah, there's a place
Oh.
just north of you.
Oh,
They've got some horses you could pilfer."
oh, I've got video evidence of
Oh no.
10
Yeah.
Lego people stopping a train.
Okay. Have you guys got 10 Lego people?
I got some Lego.
No.
Some fantasy Duplo.
Fantasy do.
Um,
Oh no.
I'm not
Mhm.
saying this is
Yeah.
a good option. I'm just saying it is an option. We are all wanted.
Yep.
It could, if one of us just wanted to get on that train, it would be very easy to be caught and presumably put on the same train.
Yeah.
How did it take 10 minutes before the
What
idea
you
of
said there,
breaking
I was-
into prison by getting arrested
I'm
came
not-
I was
up?
thinking
Jesus
about it, but
Christ.
yeah,
what
I
you
didn't know if
said-
it was a good idea or not.
I have a
Yeah.
proposition because, if I'm honest, it's not even my proposition. It's actually Gene's proposition because he used the words. He said, "What if one of us was caught?" So I took that as caught, volunteering to be the one who's captured.
Unfortunately, Court was too busy. He fell down a
Can
purple
we,
portal
can we
to
take
go
a
and have
vote
dinner
on
with
who's gonna volunteer
Angharad.
to be captured? I nominate
I
Court.
think-
All in favour, say aye.
You would be good
Aye.
for it.
Well, the cats have voted for you, and the cats are 11 people, so you've already
Yeah.
it's already carried.
Right. So yeah. So when Dan returns,
Oh, and he actually caught. He
Mhm.
doesn't actually really need like weapons, does he? He either. I mean,
Oh,
he
He's
has.
got his psychic blades, you know.
Yeah, he just has like psychic fucking blades. He
Yeah, he is the best
Tramps
option.
around
His-
with.
his main weapon cannot be taken away from him.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Ragnar is a
then
wet
we-
tiger.
If anyone had a good chance of sneaking in
Sorry, I
and
love
breaking out.
His main weapon cannot be taken away from here. Ragnar is stood there completely naked, like, yes, clearly that is only him.
Yeah, but
It's
with,
impervious.
but with
I was going to say,
Ragnar-
or like one of the barbarians.
No, but with Ragnar or any barbarian, like they're obviously a barbarian, so they're just going to get wrapped in so many chains and restraints that they can't do fuck all. Like,
No.
it's
Wait,
an
what?
obvious risk. Whereas with Court, he's
I'm
just a fucking
worried.
kobold.
I mean, I mean, they're gonna
The
put Court
kobolds
on, like,
give you a brief
Supermax.
look of, hey.
for being a
but-
child killer.
Oh yeah, no,
he
it
will,
is fair.
he will
Yeah.
get the death penalty.
And while he's not here,
Instantly.
I've got an even better idea. Why don't we get Gene to disguise himself and then go collect the bounty on Court's head? Because then we've got gold to buy horses.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was going to say,
Yes.
do I have? I think we
Is
all
there-
have a little bit of gold.
also-
Oh no, I have some gold. Yeah.
I am also
Yeah.
carrying
Buy
3.5.
horses.
I'm also carrying 3.5 gold bars. I don't know why it's 3.5. Apparently,
I don't know why either.
I think 2.5.
To be honest with you.
I'm pretty sure 3.5.
Oh, yeah,
gold
I've got
bars
3.5
are
gold bars.
Oh, it's because you guys got a number of gold bars, and that was how they split out. So
Oh yeah.
I do recall at one point you were like, "All right, I guess Call is gonna just start cutting up bits of bar so that we all get the right amount
So,
because
I
you're
guess-
so incapable of sharing."
Oh, if those were given to Ragnar, he's left them behind because Ragnar
Yeah,
has no
Ragnar's-
gold and no
Ragnar
gold.
has-
I think Ragnar is the reason it's 3.5 because Don worked it out with
It
certain
was-
numbers.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
And then
I
Ragnar
did.
didn't want them, so he split the rest between us.
That sounds right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yes, there
So
are.
we're gonna. So Gene's gonna hand
Mm-hmm.
in Court's bounty and Court to get him on the train and also collect
Yep.
some gold because we're not silly. We're gonna make money out of this.
Okay, so that gets
So-
caught on the train, and
now
then
we're
what
back
are you
to
thinking?
stopping the train.
Yeah. Now
gonna
there
say,
is
Now
two.
can we
what-
now can we
what
plunge
is-
the train off a cliff?
What is stage 2 of this?
With the gold bars and the gold we make from handing in Court,
Mhm.
we can buy. To be honest,
Oh
we
yeah,
could
you
just-
should definitely be able to buy some horses with like
Buy
the
some
gold
horses.
bars, the
Slaves?
stuff you've got. You could buy some horses. Yeah.
We could buy slaves and put them on the track.
we could just put like trees on the track.
Slaves are
We put-
better.
I feel
Say that-
like they would have some kind of protocol never to
Yeah,
stop
they might just
for.
crash through the trees. To be fair,
Yeah.
Well, if we put a tree on the track and tied slaves to it,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
What if we just put Salem
One
on
thing
the
to be
track?
aware of,
That's-
and the kobolds will warn you on this: if it's some slaves tied to the tracks, they're going to immediately know something's up.
Mm.
They may stop, but
what
they'll
if,
be on guard.
what if we disconnect the track and divert the track somewhere?
oh, I like that idea.
Oh.
What if we change the track so that the rails? become
Yes,
the-
yeah, because if there's any like turn off bits where they do it for like
Mhm.
trains passing or like maintenance,
Yeah. There
Yeah.
are some
or like
junctions,
old
yeah.
abandoned settlements that it used to go
Mhm.
to. I don't
We
know.
Divert it somewhere out of sight and then I don't know, make the tracks narrower so the train comes.
Diverted to Luton bus station.
Yeah.
Yeah.
just stop.
God
Just
damn
have
it,
someone
Andy, it all ends up in
outside where the
Luton.
hive is, just with a big sign. They're saying like bus replacement service.
Yeah.
All the slaves have to get off and get on the bus.
Yeah.
Get on the prison bus
buses.
replacement service. Oh my god. What you need to do is spend years undermining the train drivers union so
Oh.
that they'll go on strike.
Mm.
That is my no. We need to just make a landslide so that they put a bus replacement service on.
Jesus.
Ooh, a landslide is a much more believable blockage because that could just happen naturally.
And what if? But can we put slaves in the landslide?
And once you put slaves in the landslide, it becomes obvious that it's been.
No, we could just bury some slaves in the landslide. It's not obvious, is it?
I don't see where the nuns are getting into this.
We can do that. It won't benefit us anyway. necessarily.
No.
I'm open to suggestions.
Wait, if we make a landslide, could we not get some slaves to try and wave the train down to help, and then those do-gooders will have
What?
to get off and help because it's in their
Or what? As
nature.
in their slaves are trying to clear the landslide, and they'll help them.
Yeah, and they can be like, "Oh, our houses are under there."
Yeah,
I
that
don't know
sounds
what
good.
slaves
At
do.
that point, they don't necessarily need to be slaves. They could just be the kobolds we already have.
I was going to
I
say,
mean,
do we need?
I don't mean
It sounds like a lot of the things we're using for slaves might not actually require slaves.
Can we just do a landslide on a village and then the village is like
What,
Just-
and then murder everyone, bury everyone in the village.
no, yeah,
How are
they
you
were
guys
evil,
planning
to
on
be
just
fair.
doing a landslide, by the way?
You gave us gunpowder.
I did
Yeah,
give you a
Tom,
large
You
barrel.
said,
of
you said we could
gunpowder.
do what we wanted.
Dom, you've got
Yeah.
to think big and then work out how to do it.
Okay, my
Yeah.
apologies. Sorry. Yes, I forgot that you had the power of Zeus, so you just need to
start. No,
deploy
you
him.
need to start
we
with
can
an
summon a
aim.
devil.
That's true.
I swear to God.
Oh, we could make a deal with the devil. Give him something like our souls for a landslide.
Yeah.
Well, he already has
Court
all the
soul.
cat souls, so
Court soul. For a landslide. I think it's a fair trade.
hmm
I don't know.
Or
Do
what
child
if-
killers have souls?
No.
Dom, what happens
Yeah.
where does it refuel? Is that the?
Yeah, it's refueling, resupplying, and
Can we
then heading
do?
off.
Can
yeah.
we do something with the fuel supply to make it so that the train breaks down?
Oh, you could.
Fill it
You
with
could. You
gunpowder.
could taint
Do
the
like
fuel.
just a mechanical fuck up,
Mhm.
yeah.
Yep.
Put sugar in the diesel.
Why don't we?
Could do
why
a
don't we
full on
describe-
310 to Yuma.
Why don't we take some rocks and make them look like coal, but they're not really coal. They're just rocks, so they won't burn.
We
Is
could
it
turn the
steam
gunpowder
train?
into rocks.
Is it a steam train or a diesel train or what?
It's
what
a
train are we
steam. It's a
using?
steam train.
It's a steam train.
Yeah, think honestly that Red Dead video, that kind of train.
Okay.
What if we
Hmm.
we did
I like the landslide idea, but I think the fake coal is probably easier to engineer.
how are we gonna
That'd be quite unpredictable as to when it would kick in and
yeah,
like when it might
Yeah.
actually stop or fuck it up.
you need a lot of fast horses.
Yeah, we might fuck.
We
the
would
horses.
need to essentially keep pace with it the whole time.
I like the if we do the landslide idea, we don't need horses, and we can use the kobolds as the people who've been like had their house buried, so we don't need slaves either. So this is a very easy option other than the
I
landslide.
think we still need horses.
Is the train?
I think horses would be good as at the very least a getaway.
Oh yeah, okay, fair.
I think
We still-
horses
we
would
still need
be
horses.
handy to have
Dom,
as an option.
Yeah.
are there any local natives?
Any natives?
Yeah,
I mean, there
like,
are people who live here.
are there any tribal civilizations who don't really like the good League of Good in the vicinity?
None that you know of, but the kobolds
some.
certainly could help you find somebody like that.
Yeah, that's. I think this is it. If we can like do a deal with the local kobold tribe or whoever they might be, I don't know,
Hmm.
to like attack, to basically be our cover. So they just like, oh, we don't have a good good, but we're going to cause a landslide and attack them with the train. Then
Mhm.
during the confusion, we can go in and rescue the witch and everybody else because we're the good.
Points if you can remember her name.
Tabitha.
Nominated.
Oh shit! Sorry. I feel like such a teacher's pet whenever.
Honestly,
No,
it's
no, I said-
it's great. I love
I
it.
didn't hear what you said. I didn't hear what you said, Ed, but I assumed you would have that name written down.
Yes.
It's Tabitha. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
At this point, apparently, it might be one of Ed's ex-girlfriends, so or Jean's. sorry.
I know. Isn't
Oh, this is going to be awkward.
it your sister's name?
Oh, is it?
Why did I think your sister was called Tabitha?
Boy, they've only
Is the
Ed-
train
Ed-
operated by
My
Hmm.
sister.
60-year-old men in blue overalls? Northerners,
Oh, without a shadow of a doubt, yeah.
is it?
They got like the good League of Good sigil on their like,
Oh,
overalls, but yeah, nah.
Like,
can we
It's-
just set up like a tea shack by the
exactly,
rail?
exactly. Let's offer bacon and egg sandwiches.
Yeah.
Just a like.
I mean, why do you think they stop in the town? They've got to keep them supplied with tea, bacon, eggs. Like,
And do the train driver and the Coleman, do they call everyone duck?
No, they don't stop for bacon and sandwiches. 'cause you just
So
know
what we do is
they get a
we
weird kick out of cooking bacon and eggs like on the top of the fucking.
Oh, on the shovel.
like with
Yeah,
grit.
Yeah.
don't take their greatest joy from
They
them.
enjoy
What
they
we
enjoy
do-
grit in their sandwiches because they're fucking weird.
what we do is we plunder all the supplies of bacon and eggs to that town, and then we set up shop like halfway around the loop with bacon and eggs.
Like a pallet
Wait.
stall.
Yeah, like come like
We've got all your
bacon
bacon
and
and
eggs
eggs.
and next
Mhm.
lay-by.
So they're like, fuck, I really need some bacon and eggs, and they couldn't get any in the town.
Yeah.
So then they're like, oh, but these guys, look, they're selling bacon and eggs. Let's stop here and buy some from them.
And then we're like, bacon and egg surprise.
How many different scenarios have you jotted down since we started talking?
I genuinely haven't bothered to write any of these down because every time I think, all right, that's what they're doing. You guys pivot. Now we're talking about heisting all the bacon and eggs out of a small town on the hope
Honestly-
that we can bribe a train to stop it.
I think-
I genuinely, because if they've got any kind of integrity, the prison guards aren't going to stop for bacon and eggs. I know
Yes, they will.
won't. But they will in your mind. But Dom won't.
No, not in my mind. You're insane.
Oh, we'll just have like, some like Wile E. Coyote like session of trying to stop the train.
Yeah, there's going to be at least 10 attempts at this.
If there's not 10 attempts, then we haven't really tried.
Tom hasn't got that much free time.
I think we start off with the bacon and eggs, and then we work our
Yeah.
way up.
You work your way up. Well, you got to start at the bottom, I suppose.
While they're
so-
heisting the bacon and eggs, can I ask the
Yeah.
kobolds about if there's any local tribe people? Okay.
Wait,
Yeah,
if we need people, don't the evil know the king of the kobolds? If we needed more
Ooh.
kobolds,
It's a good
I
point.
mean, the Evil League of Evil does have a relationship with the king of all kobolds.
can we
I'm
raise
just
this
saying.
with the
So,
kobold?
yeah, the kobolds can certainly help you out. I will say, you guys are not far away from where the first Evil League of Evil took place. So you're not too far away
Can we
from.
ask them if they know the king of Finn's Hill?
Everybody knows the king of Finn's Hill.
yes,
Can we ask them if
Sir
we can
King
meet
Finn
them?
the Small.
The King Finn the Small, yes. Yeah, I mean, so obviously we're kind of staying generally a bit out of character here, but like, yeah, the kobolds, they could introduce you to the king of all kobolds. There is a large contingency of kobolds. It's where they've come from. Nearby, they do not like the Good League of Good.
I mean, we've got gold, and we know they're kobolds, therefore they fucking love gold, so we're a wonderful winner.
Well, they might love gold. Who knows what ways King Finn has taught them?
They're
Perhaps
kobolds,
instead
they
of their obsession with gold, they're obsessed with scout badges for some reason.
We can make up a fake scout badge for.
I'm sure we could whip something up.
This is how they earn the train robbery badge.
Your larceny badge.
Kobolds, it would work.
Larceny badge. That's fantastic, Ed.
Sorry,
Oh,
sorry. No,
I'm
let
gonna
me
steal that.
correct you on
Claim that as
The
my own.
grand larceny badge.
That's the you want to work your way up to that one.
The larceny badge is just for stopping the train. The grand larceny badge is for succeeding.
Grand Theft Locomotive badge.
Yeah, so you certainly could use the local kobolds. You could try and do a bacon and egg heist.
Yeah.
Can we try both?
I vote bacon and eggs.
Split the party.
To see which one works.
Yeah.
So wait,
Let's cover
So-
bases.
Tom, how long does
Yeah.
it take for the train to come around again?
probably comes about every 2 days or so.
Okay, let's try bacon and eggs, and if they just drive past us, we'll try again in a
We'll just have some bacon and eggs, and we'll,
We
we'll
could,
just
we could
eat
have
eggs for 2 days.
we could have the bacon and egg stand gets attacked by kobolds, and the train guys have
Yeah,
to
if
intervene.
they just drive past, we'll have another shot.
This is basically just like every morning at Silverstone, just talking about eating bacon and eggs and then eating bacon and eggs.
They're my two favorite things: eating bacon and eggs and talking about eating bacon and eggs. So,
If it
Oh,
comes
hang on a
back every
second.
2 days, we just have another go at it. It literally will turn into a Wile E. Coyote episode.
Isn't that Roadrunner?
Shut up, Sam. You know what I mean.
Ass.
okay, so let me get this straight so I can prepare because I have some stuff ready, but clearly I
You were
was
unprepared.
leagues away. I don't have anything for a bacon and egg heist plan.
It'll be like this.
Yep. It will be exactly like this. Okay, so my thing, what you first want to do is what you want to get yourself some horses, get in
Yeah, that-
contact with the kobolds,
Yeah.
and steal all the bacon and eggs you can from that town.
Yeah.
Everything that would be part of.
It's going to involve murdering every single chicken in town.
Chicken.
Yeah, because
Well, bear in mind, the town itself will use up its fair share of eggs and bacon normally. So if you just lower the supply, they'll be a lot less willing to,
Yeah, I guess.
provide some.
So
Can we
don't
just-
need-
we could
don't need
just-
to kill them. We don't need to murder all the chickens. We just need to take all available eggs.
I mean, we can still murder all the chickens. That sounds fun.
We could take all the eggs and then make Andy sit on them, and then we get lots of basilisks.
No, we'd have to enlarge the eggs. It has to be a giant egg.
Ah,
No, it doesn't.
Well,
It just
it
has to be a
doesn't
chicken
actually,
under a
yeah,
toad,
no. Yeah.
Could we not? Could we
Mhm.
not?
We get an army of basilisks.
Yeah, why have we not done that?
Could we not? Infect
shit.
if they stopped and bought lots of eggs, and
Yeah.
then they turned out to be lots of basilisks.
Hmm.
Oh,
Ooh.
Okay, now we're cooking.
Now we're-
now we're cooking.
Now
Then the
we're
train's
cooking
got a
here,
basilisk
boys.
problem and has to stop.
I mean, that's a pretty good reason to stop, is if you're infested with baby basilisks. Because
Do you-
what's the
does-
first thing a baby basilisk does?
Is that how
Tries
it
to kill
normally
its
works,
mummy.
though? At like
Tries
a
to
bacon
kill
and
any
egg
its
sandwiches.
joint? Do they just hand you some raw eggs and you go, all right, thanks for that, and walk off?
All we need to do is all we need to do is to get Nugget into the wherever they keep the eggs that they give the people on this train, and then you can just
Mhm.
sit on them for like half a day, and then
I've-
then we just wait.
Just sit on each egg for half a day.
No, just sit on the box.
I think how are we going to make bacon and egg sandwiches?
Mm-hmm.
You can bring some eggs back with him.
Aren't we giving them the raw materials to make the eggs and bacon on the train?
Okay, what I'm thinking, in terms of my practicality, what I'm going to prepare for then is somewhere for you to get horses.
Yep.
I'm going to
Yeah.
prepare for the town that they connect to.
Yep.
So
Bacon,
that you
eggs.
can potentially go and pilfer lots of bacon and eggs, whatever it is that you're planning on doing.
/ turn them into basilisk eggs.
/ turn them into basilisk eggs. And I guess what you also want is presumably some point where you're planning on hijacking the train. Are you looking for anything in particular?
Somewhere we can
Um,
cause a landslide potentially if we have
Somewhere
to.
you can cause a landslide potentially,
On-
yes.
On go to.
Yeah,
Mhm.
something that
Yeah.
looks natural.
Okay, so
think
you're
the-
going to start with the unexpected disaster of infested with basilisks, and then
Yeah.
progress up to
landslide.
a landslide and that sort of thing.
We're very much hanging our hat on the train stopping at our lemonade stand. In the
No,
middle
no.
of nowhere.
Because
I mean, I
Okay,
don't.
the whole plan is out.
I don't
there.
think all of
feel
us
that
are.
most of the planning is
We've
assuming
got-
that the lemonade stand doesn't work.
So we've got 3 plans now. We've got the bacon and eggs plan.
Yep.
We've got the side plan of basilisks,
Mhm.
and then we've got the landslide plan.
it is the baby basilisk bonanza.
Can I go? Nugget's gonna go and get some pallets for the lemonade stand.
No, I'll have you know it's the baby basilisk breakfast buffet.
Yes.
Okay, right. I think I know what I need to prepare for you guys. Inevitably, Dan is going to arrive with his own ideas as well, but there is always the option that we just get Dan arrested.
Oh yeah, that's
I mean,
and
called.
that applies regardless.
Can't we just
Okay.
put Dan on the train and be
I
done with
think.
it?
Yeah, I think we need to get
And just
Dan
fuck off.
arrested anyway.
Because if we sent Court in and we
Mhm.
were able to smuggle Sheila in with him, then I
Yup.
could keep in contact with him / cast spells on him.
Yeah,
Mhm.
so court.
What's
So
the
I'm writing these down. We got court's arrest and bounty, the
Yep.
bacon and egg plan, the baby basilisk breakfast buffet,
Yep.
and the what is it? The
The landslide plan.
Yeah. If all else fails, just fuck a load of
landslide.
just fuck the tracks.
I mean, yeah,
Okay.
just roll
Yep.
the fucking barrel onto the tracks and just be fucking done with
I
it.
think
I love how I gave you a barrel of gunpowder, and you're like, all right, well, that's our last option. That is our last resort, is we use the gunpowder.
The
Let's
thing
talk about breakfast.
I'm looking down the list, and that's the plan that's going to work.
Well, I reckon if we do the landslide plan,
Mm-hmm.
because it'll take a while, but there's nothing stopping them just throwing that bitch in reverse. So we could have it blocked
Double
off in front,
landslide.
and then
Double landslide.
or double landslide, or just
Yeah, double
roll the
landslide,
barrel
don't
up
we?
behind them and blow that, so they are trapped.
No, you could see the thing is, it doesn't matter if they turn around again as long as we're on the fucking train by that point. Once the train stops, we can get on it, and
Oh,
it
yeah.
doesn't matter where the train goes.
Yeah, but then it'll just go back to the town, and then we'll be surrounded.
That's the thing. It depends on how far out from the town, and
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
That's why
We'll
I
also
feel
be
if we
on-
have it, we might as well use it.
No, if that happens, we send Nugget to be a train driver and just carry fucking straight through the town.
We'll also be on day 8 by this point.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Because I've already got images of Nugget in a train driver's hat just fucking steaming through everything.
Honestly,
Okay.
Nugget in a train driver's hat feels like the most natural thing imaginable.
So you guys got to bear with me, but I could cast levitate on myself with an anvil, right?
I'm already on board. I'll add that to the Wile E. Coyote element of the plan.
Yeah. And try to drop the anvil on the driver as it goes past.
Okay.
Have you got an Acme box as well?
Yeah.
Do we
And
have
maybe,
any,
maybe there's assorted fireworks in there as well.
do we have any
Mm-hmm.
what are the back like bags of holding or anything similar?
I don't believe you do actually.
Can we? How reasonable is it to find one?
It's a bit of an ask.
All right, okay. Then I was gonna say,
yeah.
what I was thinking is that we could elaborate on the baby basilisk buffet, and put put salad cream inside a bag of holding with a breathing tube potentially. And like,
I was going to say, and then you'll
smuggle
open it and
smuggle
have a
him in
dead
with cork.
basilisk. But yeah, okay.
Smuggle him in with cork and then unleash him on the train.
Yep.
Because
I mean, there are options.
We've got a flawless plan here.
I think so.
What happens if we get on the train and it's
I'm not
full of
sure
baby
this
basilisks?
This collection of mad ideas doesn't really constitute a plan.
No, this collection of mad ideas is perfect though, because I feel now like I can prepare some stuff for you guys and feel reasonably confident that whatever bullshit you come up with, I won't have anticipated for it, but I'll have enough that I can come up with something on the fly.
I'm going to throw it out there and say you might want to create a splash page for Finn's Hill and Finn.
Oh yeah, that's my other thinking. Yep.
That's the one thing not on the list, but we might be expecting that. Would be good to have.
Adding it to the list.
This honestly, this one session is going to take up so much of your free time, and it's probably going to be half that we don't even look at.
No, you'd be amazed how useful it is though, because like even if you guys don't use it, I'll still have it and I'll just use it later.
There.
Like, so don't worry about that. Okay, and
So what we've done there is Dom has essentially engineered the session for the last hour. It's basically just been market research for him for the next session.
yep.
I mean, it had to happen at some point. As soon as we were like plan a heist, it would take fucking hours.
Honestly,
better to have it at the end rather than at the start. And
the
then
moment I started like the Western kind of thing, I was like, I want them to rob a train. That's on my list of things I want you guys to do. I shouldn't say the few other things that I want you guys to do to get the true Western experience, you know? There's a couple of key things. Robbing a train is right up there on that list. A canyon side ambush with the Red Jenny and her gang, that was one of them.
Yeah.
So we're just working our way through the Western tick list. And yeah.
I'm now thinking about the other Western tick list.
Think of all the great things that happens in every good Western.
Have we been to a mine yet?
No, because
went
you
past a
turned
mine.
around.
Yeah, we
Also,
didn't.
we know we've seen one, but we didn't go in yet.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about a paddle steamer?
Oh, what, sorry?
A paddle steamer.
Oh, do you mean a steamboat kind of thing?
Yeah, paddle steamer.
Yeah. You haven't come across one yet.
No.
What about a wacky elixir salesman?
We can find like an actual,
a snake
basilisk
oil
salesman.
Yeah.
We could
That might have
become
happened.
snake oil salesman. Fuck finding one. We could be
I
that.
feel like, isn't
I mean,
that Gene's entire character?
Gene would like genuinely just trot out like salad cream.
We're gonna wake up one day to find Gene milking salad cream.
Just got like a squeegee on him, and he's just getting any like oil or
Yeah,
like
basilisk sweat.
juice coming
When
up.
are we gonna rob graves, Dom?
Hmm?
When are we gonna go grave robbing?
Oh, that's gonna happen. Oh yeah. That is on.
I
the
mean,
list, yeah.
We kind of Gene kind of circumnavigates that a lot of the time by just getting in there before they're in graves.
I'm a little sad that we don't have a plan yet where we're hog tying someone to a track.
We can do that in a landslide. Maybe.
I feel like that's your like emergency backup if you really need the train to
Alright,
stop.
That's
can
how
we
we stop
just-
the train reversing. Hog tie someone
Can we
behind
edit?
it.
Can we edit landslide back up to include tying nuns to the track?
Yeah. I think we need nuns.
We'll have a couple of nuns on the track when we.
Right.
There we go. Okay,
I've edited
Thank
it.
you.
Tom's happy now.
Splendid.
And all of these plans involve horses.
Yes, in
Gosh.
lease for the getaway.
Why don't you just use the kobolds?
I know, right? Or we could put the kobolds in a horse costume and then just try to ride them.
I'm remembering, Tom, where you came up with the nun hog tie. That's Los Hermanos, isn't it, in Red Dead?
It's a I
The
think
hog tie.
it's an achievement on Red Dead 1 to hog tie nun.
Yeah, there's a place called Las Hermanas that's got a nunnery, I think.
Oh yeah. No, isn't it Chuparosa?
No.
There's some at Thieves Landing as well with a couple of nuns in an alleyway.
I'm pretty sure it's Las Hermanas is like a proper nunnery.
Alright.
But you can find a couple in the alleyway at Thieves Landing and you can hog tie them and put them on the train tracks. I may or may not have got that achievement. Well, that was it. That was a successful heist plan session.
Yeah.
I think so. Yes, I have a pretty good idea of what it is you guys want to do, and I feel like I can make it work.
So is everybody here next week?
I hope so.
Yes.
Because I'm going to be sad if people miss a train.
Oh yeah, Tom, you literally talked to Mother Superior at Las Hermanas.
Do you?
Mhm.
Who's Mother Superior?
She's the nun.
Superior Mother.
Oh.
That's the name of the head nun.
Head nun.
The clue is in the name.
King nun. We need to get the king nun
Yeah.
King
and
nun.
tie them.
I'm not going to have a pee.
King nun.
Dom, am I right in thinking this session is done?
Oh yeah. For the avoidance of doubt, yeah, the session is done.